Welcome to the EF database section. The EF database section is only beneficial to Drake, Crosslink, and Taxwise users. So all others, there's really no reason to listen to this section. So what it is we're importing EF data from your tax software into Atom. And this is where you can find out if your return's been accepted or rejected or when your client can expect a refund. So if you're not a Drake, Crosslink, or Taxwise user, I'd recommend going to Admin, the security group permissions, and uncheck the box where it's allowing EF data viewing, because that'll just remove this title bar altogether and you only have to see it to confuse your employees. So to begin, we will left click on the EF database title bar. That's going to expand it and display all the EF information. The very first link, if you're a Drake user, import the most current Drake EF data for this client. And what that means is exactly what it says. If you left click on this link, it'll then take you to a button where you're going to import the latest EF data just for this client. It's not doing it for all your clients. So if you ever find yourself looking at a client file and there's no acknowledgement there, but you know the return's been accepted, come into you're inside the file, click here on this data link as opposed to doing it from the home page, because this will go out and just look just particularly for this client. So there may be times when you're importing globally for all your clients where the Drake servers actually time out and not all the EF data comes in. So if you ever find the case where there is not acknowledgement and you think there should be, left click on this link here. Or if you're inside the file and you just want the most recent EF data to make sure that someone has updated the file, the records, just go ahead and click on the link. It's going to take you to this page, and from here you just import the Drake EF data. Okay, that's strictly for Drake software users. All right, so from here, this next little summary section, this is going to summarize when the return was accepted, both federal, state, and city, whether it's been rejected, when you can expect a refund. So the first column, federal acknowledgement date, is only going to usually only show one date here. So in this example, return was accepted February 6th. It was accepted. There's the A. You can disregard these other rows that are showing Ps. We need to clean this up at one of the updates, but just disregard those. Just look for the A. State code. You come down here. There's MI for Michigan. Here's the state acknowledgement, accepted. Federal refund method. This is strictly going to be tied to the federal acknowledgement code up here in the first row. The other ones that say no refund due, pretty much they should be saying not applicable, but it says no refund due. You just want to focus in on the first row linked with the acknowledgement date here. So in this case, RTC, refund transfer check. This individual was getting a check printing in our office, and the scheduled date was February 27th. So if your clients call asking for their refund, the first thing you would do is come in here, see if the return's been accepted, then come over to the federal refund method and look to see how they were trying to get their refund. Was it a standard mail, direct deposit, a check in your office, or was it being loaded on a money card? This will tell you everything right here. Next column, state refund method. Again, where it says no refund due, that's because you're just going to focus in down where you actually got an acknowledgement from the state, which is in this example, the fourth row, direct deposit. So this individual is getting a direct deposit directly from the state of Michigan. The last row, disregard. We just want to focus in on where we have an A for acceptance, and that's going to give you the accurate information for the refund method. Debt code, we no longer use that. That was for refund anticipation loans. That information doesn't pass through. City code, if you're in a state that has city, that allows e-filing. In this example, we have LN, that's for Lansing, Michigan, and here's my city code. So what you want to look in this area is strictly look for the A's. You'll have an R. If it's rejected, it'll highlight in red. And if you then get later acceptance, you will always see the R, but then the A would be on top for accepted. Scrolling down, if you look here, we have this is the IRS projected date for the most current. So this date right here, February 27th, that's basically 21 days from the date it was accepted. But to get the most accurate refund status, you want to go off to that. Where's my refund on the IRS website? Which, as we scroll down here now to e-file status, this is where we're going to find more EF information. So it's going to give me the tax preparer, the EFIN in the office, whether it's again accepted, when it was transmitted, filing status, refund amount, adjusted gross income, taxpayer's name, taxpayer's social. This information is needed when you click on the link, Federal 1040 refund status link. Now we have it set up that when you click on this link, it's going to go off to where's my refund, and it should pre-fill this information, and so you don't have to. But if you don't, you have the information available to you. Over here, Federal 1040X, again, you can link off to the IRS site where you can get information about their amendments. Over here in this column under state and city, as you see, there's no information because you need to actually click on the view icon where you have an acknowledgement for your state. So when I click on the view icon on my, in this example, fourth row down, now my state information is pre-filled. So now I have a state refund amount, filing status, the date was accepted. When I click on my state refund status link, that's going to shoot me out to, in this example, state of Michigan, where's my refund, and I have the information needed to get the latest status for my client. Now, to get this link to work, you're going to want to set that up on your admin sites page. These two links are already hard-coded. You don't have to worry about that. But on your state, because everyone has a different state, you want to set that up under admin sites page. Your city, if I look for my code on here, it's a second row, and there's some information on my city, and it doesn't give me a whole lot, just that it was accepted and the acknowledgement code. So I scroll down further under the next section, refund transfer information. This is going to show me if I have any checks, if I printed any checks in the office, or if I had, well, actually I did print some checks. Let me get back to my federal, because we printed federal checks. So I got to click back on my view icon. Here's my checks, refund transfer. So check status P for printing. Here's my check number, my check date, my check clear date, and here's my check amounts. So when the client calls in, you'll be able to see that they have a check available for them. Bank name, more information here. In this case, it was Republic Bank. Here's the tax prep fee that I received, or I'm sorry, that I charged, and then this is what was paid, date paid, and this example, approved IRAL. We don't do those anymore. RAL decline reason, that's no longer applicable. Debt code, no longer applicable. This column right here, I want to make sure you guys understand this. So federal loan refund amount. So this is the refund amount. If you look up here, here's $7,460. It matches this. This is what the client wanted to receive back, a check from the bank. The amount paid on the loan. This means the IRS released the full amount. So if you ever print a check in your office, or if your client never received the full refund amount and they received a bank product, first thing I do is scroll down here. I look to see what did the IRS actually release. So this amount paid on loan refund, this is what the IRS actually released. So if this is a lesser amount, then that's why you printed, your check was less than what you were supposed to print. And they need to then contact the IRS, or the contact will send them a letter and explain to them why they didn't release their full amount, or maybe somebody took some of their money. But this is a good key here, is to give you a clue as to why you didn't print a check for their full refund amount. Here, right here, date loan refund was issued. This is when it was actually issued from the IRS, 3/31. Over here, if the client actually got a state loan amount, it would be displayed right here. Lastly, rejection information. If the return was rejected, you would see what the reason was for the rejection. It would give you the extra rejection number, and if you click on that link, the number link, it'll then display why it was rejected. Now that all that information is entered, we set up like a boilerplate of common rejections, like children's already claimed or the socials don't match. All that is set up under admin in the rejection page. So you can customize that to fit your office if there's some rejection codes that we don't have in there already. That's all I have regarding the EF database section. Thank you.